And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, you're listening to the Melted Ice Talk, the Holland Beacon Hotline Show, brought to you by Royal 18 Apparel. King or Queen, choose Royal 18.
On this week's episode of Melted Ice Talk, the Holland Beacon Hotline Show, we are with Kaden Sytsma, Caleb Kliphuis, and Ryan Soderstrom of the Holland Beacons. Boys, how are you today?
Doing good. Good.
Awesome. It's good to hear. By the sounds of it, this whole COVID-19 thing it's ran its course. It's winding down by the looks of it, so hopefully we'll be out on the ice before too long.
Looking forward to it. It's been too long. Excited.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll go around the horn. We'll start with Caleb. We'll go to Kaden, and then we'll go Ryan when answering the questions, much like we did last episode with the other three. How do you guys feel being a part of the team?
I'm pretty good. Being a part of the new organization is great. Growing up playing hockey in Holland, it's just great to see another level coming here. It's great to be a part of. I'm looking forward to hopefully getting a good product on the ice and hopefully get a championship under our belt the first year. That'd be really cool.
I agree with Caleb there. I'm super excited to be a part of this team and growing up around Holland and coming straight out of high school. It's exciting that my high school career is over, but I can continue to play hockey, especially to play for around where I've grown up, and hopefully we can see a spike in hockey fans around here and have a decent amount of people come to our games. I think it's really cool, and I'm super excited to be a part of this whole thing. So
awesome. What about you, Ryan? How do you feel being a part of the roster?
I'm definitely really excited. Definitely ready to get out there and hit the ice again. Ready to meet some of my new teammates once this lockdown's over with. So I'm really excited to get out there and put some product on the ice for fans to watch and whatnot.
Awesome. It's great to hear you guys. I'm glad you guys are excited to be a part of this thing. I'm excited to have you guys on board. Like we stated at the beginning of the show, right now, it's a little bit of a trying time for the sports world, no matter what sport you play. During this whole COVID-19 ordeal, what are you doing to prepare for the upcoming season?
I'm getting out rollerblading as much as I can, keeping the legs loose, stretching as much as I can. Just doing basic body workouts, using body weight, push-ups, sit-ups with crunches, any of that, calisthenics and all that. Just making sure you're staying loose, making sure you don't tighten up when you get on the ice for the first time when you get back.
Awesome. What about you, Kaden? What are you doing during these times to prepare for the upcoming season?
I've been also doing a lot of body weight, some cardio, rollerblading, anything I can do out there to get my heart beating, so I can not be too far out of shape when this is all over. I've been working with a personal trainer as well, trying to watch what I eat and everything, just so I can stay in shape and prepare for this season. That's
great. And Ryan, you've actually mentioned on last week's episode with Tim McLean. You, Tim McLean, and another one of our players, Mike McDaniel, have really been working out together. You want to take us into depth a little bit on what you guys have been doing there?
Yeah, so we've been running together about 3 miles. Right now I'm placing close to a 7-minute pace. I'm trying to get it under that, but, like the boy said, just eating healthy. I have a Bowflex machine in my basement that I'm hitting. Like Caleb said, crunches, push-ups. I actually have a pretty big basement too, so I actually have a net down there. So I've just been stick handling and shooting and whatnot too. So definitely staying loose.
There you go. That's good. That's part of the key to this whole thing is everybody just stays loose, and when we come on the ice, we'll be the most competitive team out there. A lot of players they are lifetime hockey fanatics, or they've grown up with a brother or a dad or a sister, or anybody really, a family member that's played hockey. When did you start playing hockey, and what and who inspired you to play?
I actually started skating when I was about 3 years old. My brother had played for the Holland Freeze back when they were here. So that was probably, '02 or so. But yeah, my dad got me on the ice and going to open skates and whatnot, and he coached my brother, so I was going out there practicing with them sometimes. But yeah, I mean, growing up watching the physicality of the game, I also love that too. I love that aspect. That's a big aspect of my game. So just that, and yeah, grew into it real fast.
Awesome. What about you, Kaden? Like you said, you went in depth a little bit back and said you were coming out of high school. What got you started on hockey?
I'm actually a pretty late bloomer when it came to like actually playing. I grew up rollerblading a lot, and we went to a lot. We were season ticket holders for the Grand Rapids Griffins, so I grew up watching a lot of hockey, and I didn't start playing until I was around like 13 or 14, so around there. And then I just really fell in love with the game and just kept working at it and played through my high school, and now I'm here. So I was pretty late to it, but I played like crazy.
It's great to hear. It's always good to have another set of players out there. That no matter where you are at, some guys have actually started later in their careers and made it pretty far. What about you, Ryan? When did you start, and who kind of influenced your style of wanting to be a hockey player?
Yeah, so around 5 years old, my older cousins, who are much older than me, always got to like the family reunion, and they would rent the LC Walker Arena, and they'd play. And they'd have a big game, and I remember sitting there watching, thinking that looks a lot of fun. And then two of my best friends, Jordan and David, we grew up in the basement just grinding out on the PS2 playing NHL. And I was like, man, that looks like a lot of fun. So I got into it, and I started doing that. And, just the physicality and the fast pace of the game, it's a lot of fun to be there in that rink at that time.
Absolutely.
So you're a Pittsburgh Penguins fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's no influence on Crosby being an influence on your career, is it?
No, he actually only took my spot by a couple draft picks.
That's great. What do you like most about the position you guys play? I know we have two forwards on the line today, in Kaden Sytsma and Ryan Soderstrom, and then we have Caleb Kliphuis, our one of our stud defensemen, for lack of a better word. What do you guys like most about your positions?
Oh, like I said in the last answer, the physicality. I can hit with the best of them, and I enjoy doing it. I love stopping the puck. I don't like guys coming down in my zone, so I try to keep it out of there as much as I can. But yeah, the main focus is I love the physicality in my position.
It's great to hear. What about you, Kaden? What do you like about being a forward?
For me, I like being a part of like most of the action on the ice. I like making plays and being there for most of the goal scoring. So just to be able to like make plays and be both down on the D and up playing forward is both nice to be like a part of a lot going on. And there's still some physicality up there, in their zone and stuff like that. So just being all around the ice is just always been fun to me. Skating around, being everywhere, making plays.
Awesome, that's great. What about you, Ryan? What's your favorite part about being a forward?
I've always liked the speed of the game, and I feel like I'm pretty fast, and I enjoy making plays, setting people up, like Kaden said, scoring the goals, giving assists. I've actually been hit by Caleb, so I'm glad he's playing defense on our team, so definitely not going against him. So
that's good to hear. All right, I guess the last question I have for you guys, this one might invoke a little bit more thought to it. What's more important for you in your career, winning the league scoring title or winning a championship?
Well, I'm a defenseman, so if I'm in that league scoring title, the forwards better step it up a notch or two. But it would be cool winning the league scoring title, but I don't think that's my aspiration. I wanna win the championship. Celebrate that with the boys. That's the main goal of it all, is getting the championship under our belts.
Absolutely. What about you, Kaden? What's more important for you in your career, winning that league scoring title or winning a championship?
For me, it's personally, it's always going to be winning that championship, knowing, like, your whole team, everyone was, like, a big part of it. Scoring goals is always nice, but it's something I've done a lot of, but it's also something that, like, it's more, like, winning as, like, a whole, knowing, like, our whole team was what got us there and stuff like that. So scoring is important, but to me, it's more of, like, everyone being a part of it rather than just me getting, like, the title or whatever for, like, the most goals. It's nice, but it's also just, I'd rather have it on the team.
Agreed. What about you, Ryan? Do you want that championship or that scoring title?
Definitely the championship, you know, getting out there and being able to raise the cup with your teammates. I feel like the leading scorer is kind of like a cherry on top. I mean, if you score, like, it'll just come with the flow. You know, if you look at a lot of the good players, like Jeff Skinner, Jack Eichel, just a lot of those good players, they just, when it comes, you know? I
agreed. You know, you guys, I guess it's a unison question for you guys. Are you guys excited for the season coming up this year?
Oh, yeah. Very excited.
I'm more than excited. I can't wait to get out there.
Definitely.
Awesome. That's great to hear. From everybody here on the lines and at the studios, this was the Melted Ice Talk, the Holland Beacons Hotline show, and we will see you in a few weeks. This episode of the Melted Ice Talk, the Holland Beacon Hotline show, was brought to you by Royal 18 Apparel. King or Queen, choose Royal 18.